Imagine standing in the freezing Arctic surrounded by snow and ice. The wind is howling and everything is frozen solid, but inside that little dome of snow, an igloo, people are warm and comfortable. How is that possible? Snow is cold, ice is cold, so how can a house made of frozen stuff keep anyone warm? The answer lies in the surprising way snow works and the smart way igloos are built. Snow looks like ice, but it's actually full of tiny air pockets. In fact, fresh snow is about 90% air, and air is great at trapping heat. Think about a fluffy winter jacket. It keeps you warm because it traps heat close to your body. Snow does the same thing. It stops heat from escaping too quickly, keeping the inside of the igloo much warmer than the freezing cold outside. An igloo isn't just a pile of snow, it's built in a special way that helps it stay warm inside. First, the round shape. The igloo is a dome which helps keep warm air inside and stops cold winds from hitting it too hard. Since there are no sharp corners, the wind just moves smoothly around it instead of pulling heat away. Next, the entrance tunnel. Most igloos have a small low entrance that slopes down before going inside. This might seem like a weird design, but it actually traps cold air. Cold air is heavier than warm air, so it stays lower, while the warm air inside rises up and stays where people are. Inside the igloo, people don't sleep on the ground. Instead, they make a raised platform of snow to sleep on. Since warm air rises, sleeping higher up keeps them warmer, while the coldest air stays lower near the floor. So where does the heat come from if there's no fireplace inside? It's people. Every person gives off body heat about as much as a small light bulb. When a few people sit inside an igloo, their body heat slowly warms up the air. Sometimes a small oil lamp is also used to add extra warmth. Even though it's freezing outside, the inside of an igloo can be much warmer. Anywhere from 0 to 16 degrees Celsius, 32 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That may not seem super warm, but compared to the freezing Arctic air, it feels comfortable. Here's a weird fact. The longer an igloo stands, the stronger it gets. When people stay inside, their body heat melts a thin layer of the igloo's walls, but when they step outside, that melted layer refreezes into ice. This makes the walls even stronger and better at keeping heat inside. You might think that if people are inside for too long, the whole igloo will melt, but it doesn't. The temperature inside never gets warm enough to fully melt the walls. It stays just warm enough to keep people comfortable without turning the igloo into a puddle. Igloos aren't just for emergencies. In the past, the Inuit people in the Arctic used them as homes. They were strong enough to survive snowstorms, and they kept families safe and warm in one of the coldest places on Earth. Even today, some hunters and explorers still build igloos when traveling in icy regions. So, why does an igloo keep you warm? Snow traps heat because it's full of tiny air pockets. The round shape keeps heat inside and blocks strong winds. The entrance tunnel stops cold air from coming in. The raised sleeping area takes advantage of rising warm air, and people's body heat slowly warms up the inside. A house made of snow that keeps you warm. It sounds crazy, but it works.